Yep, you saw it right there. Kudus Mohammed and Jerome Opoku, the latest to join the Black Stars camp on day 2 of training. They took part in their second day of training in Charlotte, where they will face Mexico, who are also training there. Kudus was the latest to join with Jerome Opoku. It's reported that left back Fatawu Hamidu is already in the United States. His club Mediama SC are there to play a friendly with DC United. I'm sure he'll meet up with the Black Stars team, probably after or before. I'm not quite sure about that. We'll update you accordingly on that. We'll have a look at their second day of training, and we'll also hear from the communications director of the Ghana Football Association, who revealed that the team were working to play European teams. But unfortunately, owing to their Nations League tournaments, which currently is ongoing, and it's a new format of friendlies, it was difficult to secure that one. We'll hear what exactly he had to say, and also what to expect on match day on Saturday from the Ghana Black Stars as they prepare in earnest. As usual, subscribe if you have not. Click on the notification bell to get more updates. We'll jump right into it and we'll talk about the Ghana Black Stars team. It's 22 players who are expected to be in camp. 23 of them could not make it. It's a full house now with the absentees, the 4 absentees. No replacements for Osman Bukari as of yet. But these players are the ones in camp right now. Day 2 of training took place today, and Kudus Mohammed and Jerome Opoku took part in the training session with the rest of the team who had trained a day before in Charlotte ahead of the game versus Mexico. Coach Chris Hutton took the boys through the drills, and it was great to see them all in action here, preparing earnestly for that game on Saturday, where they will play Mexico before playing the United States 3 days later in Nashville for that end to end the international break. And talking about the international break, the communications director of the Ghana Football Association, Henry Asantichum, revealed that the FA tried to get games with European countries but could not do it owing to the Nations League. The comms director, Henry Asantichum, has explained the reason behind Ghana's choice of opponents in the upcoming international friendlies. The Black Stars are gearing up to face Mexico and United States as they prepare for the upcoming World Cup qualifiers and the African Cup of Nations, which the draw will be held tomorrow as the Stars are in town. Asante Chum explains that Ghana, and to a large extent African countries' choice of opponents for friendly matches are restricted by American and Asian countries because European nations are always occupied with competitive matches during such periods, notably the UEFA Nations League. The two teams are taking care of everything. Ghana is not spending any money. These are the negotiations we did with both countries. We are preparing to play FIFA World Cup qualifiers. They are also preparing to play the Gold Cup. In our parlance, we will say African Cup of Nations. When we decided to use the October international window, we spoke to countries. Unfortunately, now it's always difficult to get European teams to play with because of the UEFA Nations League they have brought in. If you are an African country and the FIFA window opportunity comes now, the only possibility is either to play a South American country, an Asian team, or a North American team. We searched and spoke to teams. Mexico and USA said yes once they were the host to take care of the 2 matches. Mexico decided that yes, we want to play with you in the US. They will take care of the transport, accommodation, feeding, etc. The Black Stars trained at the Charlotte FC facility on Tuesday evening as part of a build-up to the first game against Mexico, and they trained today as well as match day 2 preparations as day 2 of training took place. Unfortunate that those players who I brought you earlier had missed out. We talked about the Pfeiffer situation, and it got a lot of you buzzing in the comments about why is Patrick Pfeiffer still not in the Ghana national team. Well, your guess is as good as mine. Only the comms director, and I was wondering why. Probably he was not probed on that. The best person to answer, obviously, is the head coach of the Ghana Black Stars, Chris Hutton, and he has stated in a press conference in Kumasi why he did not include our man Patrick Pfeiffer. He feels that everyone has their interest and he cannot satisfy everyone, and that makes sense actually. So we hope that the best is what we have here. But the European nations were difficult to negotiate with because of the games in the Nations League. They are also preparing to play qualifiers for their Euros 2024, which will kick off in June next year in Germany. Germany are expected to host and win. They have sacked their coach, they've appointed a new one. They need results now, and pressure will be on them to deliver the trophy. So European nations are hot right now, and that is why we could not get it with them. But we have our full house: Kudus Mohammed and Jerome Opoku. I talked about him earlier today here on the channel. Jerome is one of the new center backs that has been brought in to replace Alexander Juku and Daniel Amate. Stefan Ambrosius as well has been brought in to do that. Fatawu Hamidu did not train today, but he is already in the United States with his club side Mediama, who are playing a friendly with DC United. So he will link up with the team eventually and also be available for the game on Saturday. Hopefully we'll see what happens. Saturday as well is the day that Mediama will be playing DC United, probably why players like Jonathan Soa were not called back into the national team. We'll see how things go on that front, and we'll see how Coach Chris names a possible starting 11 from the team. It's great to see all of them in action, great to see all of them fit, but tomorrow will be an interesting day because we have the draw for the AFCON coming up. The Stars are already in Ivory Coast. Sadio Mane and co are ready to go. Everything is set for that draw and everything is set to go. We wish the boys all the very best Saturday, the 14th of October. Let me know your score predictions in the comments box. It's just a friendly as well, so it'll be a great game to watch and see how Ghana perform. We'll see how things go on that front, and we wish them all the very best heading into this one here. So that has been it for today. The latest to join the Black Stars camp on day 2 of training, Jerome Opoku and also Kudus Mohammed, who was a late addition to the Ghana national team. Kudus, after scoring his very first goal for West Ham United, has joined the Ghana team. Henry Asante, Communications Director, explaining why we could not get any European team. The Nations League has more or less taken up their attention, and it was difficult to negotiate a game with them. We are not spending any money. All the money is being spent by the teams we are playing, the USA and Mexico. He clarified that as well. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great evening.